Hey yo, hey, what's up? It's JP. This is gonna be a little additive part. I already made this video like last week, and I have it uploaded on the channel, and it's sitting there with a copyright claim, and it can't be viewed in the UK or Scotland, I think, whatever. Because I'm using the instrumental to Kanye West and Estelle's American Boy for the opening. But hey, I just want to add this little buffer to the end of the video. Here's the tattoos that we were talking about. So tattoo number 1 on the United Sleeve of America. There's no good way. Let me just right next to the microphone, you know. This one, it's a robot rainbow unicorn from Adult Swim. I could have just recorded this. Yeah, just move the fucking mic around. Like, that's not going to fuck the audio, huh? Yeah. Robot rainbow unicorn with his head cut off, and he's crying because he got his head cut off. That's literally the entire significance of that tattoo is just that it's the first one I ever got. That's the New York one. And then number 2 is this, which is Tsukida, or rather Tsukida, Japanese in hiragana for I love you, or really I love, but because of how that language works, it works that way. And that's a quote from Your Name. That's why there's a red string of fate around there, and that's the Pennsylvania tattoo, because the people who advertised that movie to me, the people who got me to watch that movie, are from Pennsylvania. And even though I'm not really connected to those people anymore, that movie still means an incredible lot to me. So that's the connection I made there. And yep, there you go. Man, it's so weird being in front of a camera again. That's my, there we go. That's like my less than 2-minute buffer for the fucking end of that video. Yay. You know what? I'm gonna put it at the front of the video. Hey, yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy JP. Welcome back to the channel. That's not for you, that's for me, because I haven't been on here in a bit. I've been working on other stuff, mostly my job. I have some explaining to do. This is not an update video. This is in fact a brand new project, so don't get it twisted. You just getting an update here. So I'm playing some B-roll footage here of New York City, Brooklyn specifically, place where I grew up, place where I'm from. It's just going to be playing in the background while I talk over some stuff, and I get into the first chapter of this project. So the reason for my absence, I've been very not motivated to do anything YouTube wise again, for 2 reasons. One, I now have a full-time job, not even a part-time one like I did before. I have a full-time meat position, not a butcher, sort of learning how meat cuts and goes, but I'm learning as I'm going. It's a full-time job, so I'm doing 40 hours a week. I don't really have a lot of time to do as many things as I did before, like editing down gameplay videos. 2, I lost the motivation in general to just do Let's Plays and to stream and stuff. Not just because it's a dying industry, but because like I tired myself out of it, and that's something I should have known was gonna happen. It's not something I feel like I should just go back to. In fact, I think I should do other stuff, but like we'll really see what the future holds. But for now, I'm dedicating a little more space on the channel for some extra stuff like this. This is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to be doing, giving y'all updates on a specific thing I'm doing with my life. So I'm traveling around the country specifically being the United States of America. I live in the United States of America, and it's not a very great place, but I'd like to see more of it, because being in the city my entire life, you get sort of tired of looking at gray buildings and nasty skies and cold rainwater. So, you know, I want to see more of the country, and alongside seeing more of the country, I'm going to be getting tattoos in each state that I go to. So at the time of this recording, I already have New York City and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania completed. I'm on my way to Providence, Rhode Island in about 2 weeks' time to get the 3rd tattoo done. I'll talk about those more a little bit later. Now, the reason why this footage is starting in June, the summer of June, is because that's when I took a break. per se. That's when the breaks started, I want to say. Not only did my like hard drive explode or whatever on my last laptop, and I wasn't able to recover a lot of footage, so I had to just straight up cancel the rest of Nier Automata and the Final Fantasy VI Let's Play I was practicing up for the Stabbing Sea Stars channel with our boy Felix. That Bloodborne streaming thing that I was playing Bloodborne through, just had to stop it. A lot had to just be put on indefinite hold. Around this time, I sort of had like a big breakdown. For those who aren't in the know, I suffer from a myriad of different mental illnesses, and ones that I don't necessarily want to get into full detail today. But I can tell you that I reached a breaking point around June, and I took like a month to myself after reaching that breaking point and realizing that I sort of hated the person that I am, and I want to make better strides in being a better person. And it was a completely selfish endeavor that I don't regret in the slightest, because that was the most refreshing month I've had in a long time. I distanced myself from basically everybody I know, everything I do, and just focus on work and making myself feel better, and slowly building a support circle with people that aren't necessarily that close to me but sort of understand my troubles more than others do, and just building that circle up back to where it was originally. And I'm back at that spot. I've been there for a little bit and I'm comfortable talking about it now. That was a very rough month for me. Like at the end it felt great, but that first like few weeks, really bad, bro. Like not being able to talk to my best friends because I know that talking to them wouldn't really get me anywhere, in terms of getting the kind of support that I needed. It was very tough for me, but I made it through, and here I am. My support circle is now in full effect. I have a couple of friends that I can basically hit up at any basic time in case I am in need of crying, which I actually have not been doing as often as I used to. Maybe a couple times a week now. It used to be daily. So we're doing all right. We have kicked off the Do You Understand show on Stabbing Sea Stars, and that's going well so far. We've got 3 episodes ready, recorded and whatnot. 2 of them are uploaded. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm slowly learning to be a more positive person. Maybe my tweets won't reflect that, but it's true. I'm learning to be good. I'm learning to distance myself away from the things that made me an angry person. Things I don't necessarily want to get into because thinking about them too hard upsets me. And that's why this project feels very good to me, this tattoo project. Basically what I'm doing is I'm putting a myriad of small tattoos on my right arm, which I never really had a specific dedication to other than like saying that I wanted it to be colored. And I'm going to build what I'm calling the United Sleeve of America. I know, cute, right? I don't think it's exactly an original idea, but the idea of trying to put them all on one sleeve is going to be next to pure tedium for every artist after like 15, and I preemptively feel really bad. But I'm going to be documenting these trips and these tattoo journeys as I go. I have only a little bit of footage for New York because I live here and I didn't feel the need to just record my daily life as a butcher's apprentice. And the very little footage I have of Pennsylvania is also very meager because I was too nervous to film in incredibly crowded areas. And it just so happens that we were at like the fucking Philadelphia Art Museum, which at the time I did not know is where the Rocky Steps were located. So we were at a huge tourist destination. So I don't have a lot of footage for Pennsylvania, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. The reason why I'm doing this tattoo project though is I need to find a way to express myself in a way that makes me happy, and this is what I found. The sleeve itself is built off of tattoos that mean at least enough to me for me to want them get permanently inked onto my body, but also have something to do with each state. And so I will explain each state as I get them. For now, I will only explain the first two. I'm not going to show any footage of the first two just because I'm lazy. But the first tattoo on there is the one for New York City. And the only reason this one is very important to me is because it's the very first tattoo I ever got. I got it on a whim in 2016, I want to say, 15, 16. Because a friend from college had told me that there was a spot doing free tattoos for a day. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to go get it done. And I had a party to go to that day, so I got a tattoo done. Then I went to a party. It is a robot rainbow unicorn, like the Adult Swim thing, and it's got its head chopped off, and it's from their emoji keyboard. I know, tacky, right? But it's cute, and I love it, and 6ix9ine has permanently ruined this tattoo for the rest of my life. The second tattoo is the Japanese phrase, tsukida, which roughly translates to I love you or I like you. Sort of just directed at a person, and it has a red string going around it and behind it and stuff with black lettering. And this is from my second favorite movie of all time, if those of you who aren't in the know. It's Your Name by Makoto Shinkai. It is really, really good. It's a very good movie, and that phrase tsukida is where my favorite moment in the entire film is at, and it's the red string of fate itself means a lot to me. For those of you who don't know, I have a red string tied around my left wrist, and it's been there for years, and it never comes off, and it never will come off, because that's kind of the point. I'm very happy that I found that movie, because it taught me about the red string after I had already gotten it, and it felt really good. Those are the two that I have now. Maybe I'll find footage of it later, both of them. Fuck it, I don't care. But those are the first two. The reason for that one being for that one is because the friend who initially recommended me watching Your Name is from Pennsylvania, and we're not friends anymore, but it doesn't mean that I don't hold them close to my heart even still to this day. And yeah, those are the first two. Once I get back from Rhode Island, I'll explain that tattoo a little bit better. But for now, I think I'm just going to move on to showing off my Pennsylvania bee footage and catching y'all on the next part of this, which should be Rhode Island. Maybe just Rhode Island, maybe also the third destination, who knows. Till then, please don't die. And this has been JP. I forgot my outro. I actually forgot that I was supposed to record some commentary for the bee footage, so here I am. First things first, I took the L train so that I may get out of my home. After taking a couple of trains, we ended up on a bus to Philadelphia, which was about 3-hour drive. It was a decent ride. I got her listening to some Brockhampton, and by her, I mean my friend Lisa. Lisa accompanied me on this journey. Lisa has a degree in art, and she is an artist, and I figured, hey, if I'm going to go see an art museum in another state, I should bring her. So I brought her. She accompanied me on this journey. Very much appreciated. The bus ride was very cute, lots of greenery and whatnot. I just wanted to get off it, though, which was more important to me than being on it. I much rather wanted to be off the bus. And when we got off the bus, turns out Philly is not that bad. Yeah, the city itself is actually not that bad. It's very downtown Brooklynish, except more sunlight is getting in and it's less gray. It's also, now that I'm looking over this footage, that I'm realizing I didn't actually get that much footage. Turns out I took a lot more pictures than videos. So, fucking whoops. I didn't even think about that, bro. I would throw up a slideshow of pictures, but I don't want to track all those pictures down because I know they're somewhere on one of my 50 million Google Drive accounts. I just don't want to find out which one, and I'm very tired. This is a lazy video, and I'm okay with that. Y'all know that I'm lazy, and I'm not going to do things that make me unhappy. So this is what y'all getting. Alright, I'm sorry. The next one will be better. I guess this is it. Yep. Have a good day, guys.